Привет, я Вика, нейротик Бры. Сегодня я расскажу вам историю международного IT-форума.
Vika, the neural network. I'm going to tell you a story of the International IT Forum. The International IT Forum is held in Ukraine since 2008, and during this time it has become one of the prominent events in the world of information technologies. It all started back in 2008 when IT industry enthusiasts gathered together to discuss the future of information technologies. This forum will present a set of activities. Since 2014, the forum is held with Brics participation, and since 2015, it is held with SEO participation. Our forum has went beyond the Brics boundaries, and now it attracts participants from other countries. This is where workshops, panel discussions, and presentations of recent developments are taking place. I'm convinced that these meetings are highly efficient. Moreover, these are not only participants of India and Russia that are present here. Without saying too many words, I must say that Khanty-Mansiysk is at the forefront of IT. More than 2,000 speakers presented their reports. More than 400 activities were organized with more than 100 countries participating. IT Forum today is the international playground where leaders of the industry meet, as well as young talents and investors. This is the place where new ideas are being born and new technologies are being created. IT Forum. Let's move on to reach new heights. Well, friends, good day. Let's start shaping up the future. Right now, my name is Kirill Tokarev. I'm editor-in-chief of RBK TV channel. Welcome to the 15th IT Forum in Khanty-Mansiysk. This is the international forum, and I'd like to thank you, first of all, for the invitation. And of course, I would like to congratulate the initiators and organizers of the forum. It is the 15th anniversary, and this forum has gained its firm ground. This is the international forum, and I wish everyone a successful work. Friends, please, a round of applause. Today, we'll talk more about thanks to whom it has taken place, and I will not be talking too long as an introduction, but the title of our plenary discussion, Trust in the Digital World, is quite typical, and it's interesting that the issue of question of trust in the era of three revolutions that are taken now, digital, technological, and geopolitical revolution, and there is another one, cultural revolution, so trust becomes of particular significance. And today, as part of this plenary session, we would like to discuss how trust correlates with the digital revolution, how trust helps overcome the risks and pains that are a result of geopolitical revolution, and what are the cooperation capabilities within Brics, SEO, etc., and what possibilities we all have in order to build a constructive and good future for us all. Friends, there are a lot of questions. Without further ado, I would like to present our speakers. Today, we have Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Republic of Angola to the Russian Federation, Augusto da Silva Cunha. Please take your applause. Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan in the Russian Federation, Muhammad Khalid Jamali. Acting Governor of the Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous Okrug Yugra, Ruslan Nikolaevich Kukharuk. Please, a round of applause, friends. Sergei Valerievich Tsvetkov, Deputy Minister of the Digital Development, Communication, Mass Communications of the Russian Federation, Deputy Minister for Information and Communication Technologies of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Misam Abidi. Deputy Minister for Information and Communication Technologies of the Postal and Courier Service of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dingimuzi Kuti. Walter de Jesus Lanzas Marcia, Director of the Department of Information Technologies of Nicaragua Institute of Telecommunications and Postal Services, and Secretary General of the Assembly of the Peoples of Eurasia, Andrei Yuryevich Belyaninov. Friends, we have delegates from 28 countries who are present here in this room, and 47 countries more take part in this forum online. So this is a fully international forum, and the number of participating countries are growing each year. And for this reason, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation, Sergei Lavrov, has sent his words of welcome. I will ask Ernest Chernuchin, head of the Department of the International Security of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation, to present Lavrov's address. Good morning. Thank you very much, Kirill, dear Sergei Nikolaevich, dear colleagues, to organizers and participants of the 15th International IT Forum in Khanty-Mansiysk. With all my heart, I welcome the organizers and participants of the Jubilee 15th International IT Forum. In present day, the discussion of information communication technologies plays a particular role. And in this regard, Russia consistently advocates fair and just regulation of the digital environment by making legally binding agreements. Russian specialists work to address this task in close coordination with our partners from SCO and Brics, as well as other states of the global majority. In May 2024, following the initiative of our country, a global intergovernmental register of contact points was established. It is the first universal measure to consolidate trust in information environment, and it is there to facilitate the establishment of direct connections between competent bodies in case of computer attacks and incidents. In the short term, we expect to start a similar mechanism within Brics. Among other Russian initiatives, I would like to particularly note the all-embracing convention to counter cybercrime. We're also interested in expanding international cooperation in the area of artificial intelligence, the use of which is associated with both potential economic benefit and serious risks for security. I am convinced that our meeting will contribute greatly to joint efforts. I'm sure that the discussions will take at a high professional level and help exchange experience, and the resulting recommendations will find their practical implementation. I wish you successful work and all the best. Sergei Viktorovich Lavrov. Thank you. Thank you, Ernest Vladimirovich. Thank you very much. And we thank Sergei Viktorovich Lavrov for his address to the participants. Also, a telegram from the government, from the plenipotentiary representatives of the Russian Federation in the Ural Federal District, Vladimir Yakushev. If I may, I will read it. Dear friends, welcome the participants and guests of the International IT Forum. Each year, the digital forum takes place in Yugra. It is a hallmark event in the IT sphere of Russia, and traditionally it has won trust and attention from the Russian and international experts. More than 40 countries participate in the forum. It's a great possibility to exchange experience and discuss the actual problems of digitalization. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, identified digital transformation was of the priority development, and it has our unprecedented support. The specialists and IT companies have every opportunity, and it is important to make use of those opportunities and ensure the soonest development of Russian designs. I wish you fruitful work and finding solutions to present-day challenges. Regards, plenipotentiary representatives of the President of the Russian Federation in the Ural Federal District, Vladimir Yakushev. Prince, please, your applause. And now I would like to give floor for an introductory welcome speech to acting governor of the Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous Okrug, Ruslan Nikolaevich Pukharuk.
Please give him a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Good day, dear guests, and I'm glad to greet you here in Ugra at the 15th anniversary International IT Forum that is happening with the participation of Brics and SCO countries. This year, Russia as a country chairs Brics, and international partnership plays a very important role in the era of digital development. It's very, very timely, and through the collaboration and coordination of our effort, we can achieve from the 1st of January 2024, Brics as a full format members, the Arab Republic of Egypt, Islam Republic of Iran, the United Arab Emirates, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Federal Republic of Ethiopia have become full-fledged members of Brics. This event strengthens the international impact of Brics and stresses its magnetism for the broad spectrum of other states. It is the challenge for the monopolar model of the world. Brics has very strong connections to Africa, Latin America, Southeast Asia, countries represented here in the forum as well. Brics today doesn't only confirm its status of the main conductor of the interest of the global majority in the world arena, but also a multipolar structure where participating countries can interact based on the principle of equality, sovereignty, and mutual respect. Our president, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, pointed out that Brics potential will make it possible for the alliance to be a basis of the multipolar world. In the contemporary society, the digital resource and digital economy plays fundamental role in the economy and social development, and also has paramount importance in the business of creation of new model of development, contemporary economic system, providing the competitiveness with other countries, and which is why the leading importance has here is all the social and all the economic institutes to come with the data and turn the data into economy. In Russian Federation, we have the work on the new national project, National Economy of Data and Digital Transformation of the State. It presupposes the preparation of the long-term system decision aimed at the creation of the unified digital infrastructure in the key spheres and industries for the decision for the solutions of processing countries. For its implementation, which is planned to develop the domestic infrastructure of transmission and processing of data, have our own electronic platforms in the key sectors of economy and state governance. In parallel, a very big attention will be given to the human resources and the digital industry as well. Ugra is one of the leaders of digital transformation amongst the regions of Russia. We are ready to share our development in this area with our partners from Brics, SCO, Africa, and Latin America. At the same time, we are open to the collaboration and learn from the leading experience, cutting-edge experience throughout the countries. Every country is unique, has strengths in digital technologies. Only through joint work and exchange of knowledge, fully we can open the potential of digital transformation. Technologies is only an instrument. Most important thing is the trust between people, organizations, and states, countries. We advocate the creation of trust in a digital world based on the principles of openness, transparency, and respect to sovereignty. We think that every country has the right for its own path of digital development, taking into account its cultural, historical, and socio-economic peculiarities. Today, at the forum, we have representatives from 28 foreign countries, and another 19 will join us online. And I am sure that constructive dialogue and joint effort will help us find solutions for the challenges we face. We have to work together to overcome the gap, digital gap, to provide a cyber security and establish the rules, fair rules of a game in digital space. UGRA has to be a sure partner in this process. I wish you productive work and, of course, mutually beneficial contracts and connections. Successful work to you all. Thank you. Thank you, Ruslan Nikolaevich. As you pointed out, as we talked in the beginning, the majority of the forum are working, quite a big part of the forum are working with us online, and now is going to be the first Deputy Minister of Digital Development from Kyrgyzstan, Zhumalev Zhumamudin Balotbekovich. Zhumamudin Balotbekovich, the stage is yours. Thank you. Good day, dear ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Minister of Digital Development and on my own behalf, I am glad to greet you here at this important event of the digital development. We are living in an era where digitization plays a key role for the transformation of our world. This is not only a technological shift, it's only huge opportunities for the improvement of the quality of life and development of the digital transformation involved all the spheres of our life. And now we have even better opportunities. The development of digital technologies is the key for many global goals like improving quality of life, sustainable economical growth, new jobs and fighting poverty. Kyrgyz Republic is firmly on the path of digitization, development of digital economy. That includes development of infrastructure, for example, optic fiber networks, availability of internet, reduction of cost of the internet. Now the state services are electronic services more available, more accessible for our citizens. So we create good conditions for startup, for the investments, and now through the international collaboration, we get we achieve the goals, attain the goals in digitization. And this forum, these countries of Brics and SCO is a wonderful opportunity to share the knowledge and the solutions. And I'm sure a forum will be a fruitful platform for the partnership of solutions and for the promotion of our interests in the global market of digital technologies. And I want to thank the organizers of the forum for to participate in this forum. Applause, a round of applause. So please, we just hope to see you next year, to see you personally. Also, we have the address of the Minister of Informatization of Belarus, and he points out that with great interest, he follows the forum is a unique platform for the international exchange, and this is a very, very timely topic as a key topic for this forum key. So, dear friends, before we start working here with us today, we have the diplomatic officer from India and Ethiopia. And now, so let's start a discussion. I want to give the Da Silva, I want to pose the question here, address the question and talk about the key projects that could connect Russia and Angola. What kind of technological solutions does Angola have? Where do you see the potential contact points beyond what we have today? Maybe it is educational projects, maybe it is particular technological solutions. Where will we be developing our collaboration? Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me the floor. Well, first of all, I wanted to thank organizers for the invitation that was sent to us to participate in the discussion of this most timely issue, like a trust in the digital world. And also, we are so happy to point out that this region, this autonomous okrug of Khanty-Mansiysk, is the leader in digital transformation. And first of all, I just wanted to point out, in terms of collaboration between the Russian Federation and the Republic of Angola, that this collaboration has been going on for 50 years, the history of it. Those times, in the time of the Soviet Union, we had contracts, we had agreements on the collaboration between our countries. In today's realities, in today's conditions, the relationship between the Russian Federation and Angola is built on the foundation of trust. The priority is set in the sphere of economy and trade. In particular, in spheres such as not only economy and trade, but also technical and the sphere of science. The spheres of interaction, they include energy, extraction of mineral resources, information technologies, space activity, various production activities. And the peak of our collaboration is the Anglosat-1 satellite launch happened in October 2022. And that made it possible to continue the development in terms of using cosmos space in the with peaceful purposes, high-tech technology, development of high technologies, and we can mention at this platform as a positive example of collaboration in humanitarian sphere, that is education. In Angola, many young people are very much interested to study the Russian language, which helps us communicate. Many young people would like to get higher education in the Russian Federation, which is why today in various universities all over Russia, we have more than 1,000 students, in particular those who study the engineering disciplines. They are studying to be engineers, and we think that our relationship has a future. We do understand that, in particular, in the industries that are included in the digital world, involved in the digital world, we will continue deepen and strengthen, develop our relationship. By the way, it is worth mentioning that not that long ago, Angola held the Angotic Forum 2024, and that is a forum for the information technologies, and it gathered it gathered 112 companies and countries, and the forum ended just 2 days ago. And from this point of view, Angola, it confirms, it reaffirms that Angola pays a lot of attention to this most important sphere of the development of the humanity. Thank you very much.
Господин посол,
thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. I think we have huge cooperation capabilities, and I have studied with interest in market of information technologies of the Republic, and you have tremendous potential in satellite technologies, data centers, optic fiber, and I'm confident that the experience of the Russian business will come in hand here. And it's interesting and good that you've mentioned the social and educational humanitarian agenda. And And yes, since the key topic of our forum is trust, is all very important topic, and we'll be talking about what social and humanitarian tasks are addressed thanks to the digital and what role UGRA can play here, because I think UGRA has tremendous educational potential and one of the educational leading educational centers in Russia. And I would like to give floor to Ambassador of Pakistan, Jamali Muhammad Khalidou. The question is, in 2024, the Republic applied to become a member of Brics, and what is your expectation of being a member of Brics in the context of digital technologies, and what task do you have in mind that needs to be addressed with the help of digital tools? And talking about cooperation between Pakistan and Russia within Brics, how do you see it? Thank you.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting us and our delegation. Before I come to your question, I would like to first briefly touch upon give a brief statement that since yesterday we have arrived here, and I'm delighted to be here for the opportunity that have been given to our delegation, and I'm grateful to the organizers and especially Governor Ruslan for the excellent hospitality extended to our delegation. It is a great privilege for me to address this forum and this august assembly of innovators and entrepreneurs who would be instrumental in shaping our present and defining our future. The forum also provides an important platform for exploring new avenues of cooperation with our friends from SEO and Brics. Our membership of SEO has opened new vistas of cooperation and coordination between Pakistan and Russia. And with the ever-increasing importance of Brics, we are looking forward to becoming part of this organization. Ladies and gentlemen, we have all witnessed the rapid evolution of information technology and communication, and how it has transformed our world society and our personal lives. The digital world today is constantly pushing the boundaries of possibilities, and what seemed like science fiction just a decade ago is now part of our lives. Coming back to your question, Pakistan looks forward to joining the Brics organization. We believe Pakistan has a lot to offer in the information technology sector. Pakistan's IT exports in 2022 reached $2.62 billion, and the industry counts the world's largest entities among its regular clients. In accordance with Pakistan's Vision 2025 and the Digital Policy of Pakistan 2018, the ICT industry size is targeted to reach $20 billion by 2025. May I also add that Pakistan has 60% of its 200 million population in the bracket of ages from 15 to 29, which represents an enormous human and knowledge capital. Pakistan has more than 2,000 IT companies and call centers, and the number is growing every year. Pakistan has more than 300,000 English-speaking IT professionals with expertise in current and emerging IT products and technologies. We have 13 software technology parks, and more than 20,000 IT graduates and engineers are being produced every year. Coupled with the rising startup culture, so in the current budget, Pakistan has reserved about 79 billion rupees for the IT sector. So Pakistan sees a great potential in the booming IT sector, as it could help in generating employment opportunities, enhance human capital, improve governance, facilitate social inclusion, and attract investment. It can also serve as a useful tool for social welfare and environmental sustainability by revolutionizing critical areas such as education, healthcare, and public services. We also recognize the vital importance of IT and communication industry in driving mid to long-term economic growth of the country. Hence, we are eager to cooperation within Brics and outside in the IT sector by sharing of best practices and transfer of technologies. Pakistan offers an attractive investment climate for IT companies, and I am delighted to tell you that a Russian company, Yandex, has already invested in Pakistan by starting a digital ride-sharing service. We hope to see more Russian companies in Pakistan, and we are eager for exchange of expertise and trainings in the IT sector. Overall, before I sum up, this is a very promising avenue of cooperation bilaterally as well as within the BRICS format. Thank you.
Спасибо, господин посол.
And I'm sure the Republic is highly advanced technologically. It's a nuclear power, and IT is booming. And I'm confident that we have a lot of points of contact and more profound work. Ruslan Nikolaevich, I would like to ask you, and I would like to use the occasion to congratulate you with the appointment as acting governor. Thank you. Yugra is an intellectually advanced region, economically advanced, and I'm confident that under your wise governance, it will continue development, as well as the IT forum, which has been gathered here for the 15th time. Honestly, I have a lot of questions written here, but I guess I confuse my main work with moderation during this session. So several questions to you, and if you could please focus on those questions which are closest to you. Forum, despite the external pressure, it continues to grow and develop, and it is popular among our friendly countries. So the first question to you, how do you see the future of this forum? How the agenda of this forum should react to those many challenges, external challenges that exist today? Should this forum be a more specialized one, although today it is a clear intellectual product? And second question, talking about multipolarity, which you touched upon in your address, and President Putin talked about it when talking at the St. Petersburg Economic Forum. What technological solutions will help us bring together the multipolarity in the proper way, because multipolarity is a more sophisticated construction of the world? And a question about artificial intelligence. Have you planned, or maybe you have started it already, using artificial intelligence as an assistant for the government officials, like ChatGPT? So what is it? Artificial intelligence, will it be the assistant to every government official? Thank you very much. And first of all, thank you for the congratulations personally from you and from the guests in the room. It is great to be back to my homeland, because this is where I was born. I got my education, then I worked in the Tyumen Oblast. And by all means, these events which bring together the specialists and which brings together the regions at this international forum, and of course with many colleagues who are present here in this room. As part of this panel session, we've been acquainted.
Beyond any doubt, the topics, the trust, which is the main line of our IT forum, goes much further than IT industry and IT sphere. And within the framework of today's business contacts, business meetings with our guests, I have to admit, we've been discussing not only the issues of communications in IT technologies, not only, beyond any doubt, our partners, our colleagues, our friends are well interested in digital and other products that Yugra has today. If we talk about Yugra, then of course today it is one of the leaders in terms of products that are used in various spheres. but based on digital economy. It is a great pleasure for us that UGRA has this honor that when Russia is chairing Brics to host this event is one of the international events which happen in our country this year. And of course, it is a huge responsibility. We do understand that within that at the forum we'll discuss the projects that will impact not only on representative business, not only our internal regional contacts. And now we are building the foundation that for years to come will be basis for the development of our country and our partner countries. We've been talking about multipolarity, and many people's idea that the serious forum, the issues discussed with the participation of leaders of countries, that is the top level of communications, that is the top level of the platform. And regional forums, status of international, they kind of narrowly view the agenda within their own specifics, but the 15 years of experience of this forum, and today this forum is an international event. UGRA forum talks about the other way. If we talk about the future, there is a number of platforms that work in our country in different regions that well advanced in the IT sphere. They they earned their respect the same as UGRA forum. If we talk on the whole, there's a prospect for the development, the vectors of the development, then we have to view the UGRA platform as one of the basic platform, Russia-wide platform that is actually working on international agenda. It is based next to the countries, near the countries in Asia and in the East, and everything that we've been discussing here. It's not just a discussion platform for the community organization and politics. These are the business products also which will be represented today, I'm sure, which will be of great interest to the business community. The contracts, the agreements will be the basis, the foundation for everything that our economies need. And I think the Deputy Minister of Digitization here probably will support me, and we can talk about transformation of these regional forums, which are today the international, is a specialized platform, but and they are now promoting the state mission, the country mission, translated to the region, like IT Forum of UGRA, for instance. And if you talk about the projects that are for us key, basic projects, you said that the education may be very interesting to our guests. We talked today that the level of the digital maturity in terms of education, UGRA has 10 points out of 10. The products that are based on both preschool and school education and everything to do with higher education that is held by digital products developed here. And we can share the practices and the actual ready products that which are very good for multiplication, for translating to the other countries. They could be exported very easily. And our work altogether, our talk, the subject of the forum a number of years ago, it seemed like kind of funny, interesting, something from the science fiction or fantasy world. And some years ago, it seemed interesting, but not involving real life. Now, artificial intelligence, we can't imagine certain things without AI. Same as in the entire country, like, for example, healthcare. It is absolutely inalienable part of healthcare. There's a primary diagnosis. There was a day of healthcare professionals, and of course, the human cannot be replaced by AI. But here, in order to have what the patient has quickly, it needs to be. Sometimes it even saves lives. We use AI in our everyday activities. And I think that many people know very well, those who are flying over Ugra, you've seen how rich it is, how much woodland there is in the Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous Okrug, and AI now at the very early stages helps us to find illegal tree felling and fires. And we see how much we've reduced these problems because we can react really early. And if we talk about the state governance, municipal governance, there is a lot of services that helps not only to systematize that everything to do with our operational activities. Today, this is support now for the managers, for state officials, for civil servants, which would be very useful for the development of legal acts for change the federal legislation, regional laws, when artificial intelligence will actually systematized and see from our legislator for it to become a bill, we would actually check whether there are contradictions or overlaps with existing regional or federal acts, and it is of great help for the services. It cuts down the time and labor intensiveness of the routine work, and I'm sure that year in, year out, the AI will dominate in our operational activities, in everything that is needed to cut down time spent or wasted, shall we say. In all the discussions, they always end with that, of course, the AI will not replace the human. That is most important, of course, everything to do with governance, with people who are working at the municipal, regional levels, the officials. The key demand here for the people that live in our cities, in our region, our country, is that no machine has that, no AI has that. It is the relationship, the relationship with the problem as your own, to making a decision how you treat people, how you would want to be treated yourself. And no program, no machine will actually be able to make a decision like that, to choose what is a priority. And for example, for the extreme situation, not only in healthcare, but maybe certain managerial decisions, but in other life situations. This is just help that comes at the level of municipal authorities and regional governance, and in some particular spheres of economy, everyday activities of people, not only in the okrug, but in the country as a whole. So here we can share the products that we have. We can show its ability within this forum. The platform will be demonstrated that helps us in in achieving the goals set by municipalities in the country. How effective it is, then the colleagues working on it, whether they're going to be using or not, that they will make their own conclusions. Well, a round of applause, dear friends. Ruslan, thank you very much. Friends, I want to remind you that we have the panel discussion, the plenary meeting discussion. So if you have examples, stories, or remarks, please give us a signal. Turn on the microphone. We give you the stage. We follow the schedule really well. So I will be happy. So Sergey Valerievich, I wanted to ask you, will you support the suggestion made by the governor? And I want the multipolarity. The multipolarity, of course, the idea is for a number of years here. We live within it now. The process is quite a high level now. The president, again, he's been talking about it. So there is a number of questions that I have. Question number one, is it possible you as a representative of ministry to have this atmosphere of trust with the participants? One of the poll, they're very, very different, the different technological levels and the different solutions, and how Russia in demand, the Russian product, are they in demand? Because we have, let's not be too modest. We don't have the best quality, probably we want, but it is still one of the best state technologies in the world. Russian solutions of this kind of government, of the level, I don't know, the state planning, state services, how in demand are they in the global arena? What can we offer our friendly countries? Good day, dear colleagues. I'm so happy to participate in the anniversary International IT Forum in Khanty-Mansiysk, and straight away I'll answer Ruslan. Well, of course, we'll be reviewing this offer. We had the plans on the review of the number of forums, and I think that within this work we will be viewing it. And if we answer the question set, Russia and Brics countries, the CO countries, they've been developing their relationship of trust and strategical partnership. Information technologies, they are an inalienable part of this set of interactions, and the goal of building the environment of friendly countries, that is possible to resolve. It's not easy. We did broach the subject before, and we can't within the EIS we have resolved it, but that was the mutual adherence to the unified legal, organizational, technical conditions. Today, I want to point out that we have to work in the condition of a big change, new challenges, counteracting which we have the opportunity only have our allies and the people thinking alike and friends. This is very applied sphere, and the external conditions, the Russian IT industry accumulated huge experience which would be useful to SCO and Brics countries, and can help the sustainable development of the countries and improve quality of life of its citizens. And regardless of external pressure, we've improved the indicators within the digital economy national programs in certain cities, the level of digital maturity, connections of household to the internet, the number of investments and the level of investments in the IT industry, state services and e-government. And today, it is possible to say, we can say that more than 90% of people over 14 are connected to state services, to e-government, and get these services. More than 95% of services have been transferred into the e-format, and we cannot just put a full stop here. We have a very ambitious plans in transformation to proactive services or providing services at the moment of a person asking, at the moment of request. So from our ministry, that is doing the unified front unified portal for the citizens, and also the ministries and organizations are providing the services. And what we need here definitely is standardization of technologies, standardization of platforms, leveling between different institutions, different regions, of the abilities and opportunities for digitization, which is where we are planning to not creation but a development of in the spheres of economy that already exists, and by 2030 to cover all the basic social spheres with typical solutions available for our regions and our partners within the SCO. And as Ruslan Nikolaevich said, it's not enough just to give the solutions. This solution has to make the life of somebody easy, somebody who makes a decision and make his life easy. But the operational decisions, the system helps with them so that it doesn't get distracted and might be focused on making complex solutions where it is very important human involvement, where a human life depends on it, and the system will give them necessary tools. Our technologies for the decision making, they're open, they remain open. We are prepared to export them, to support their implementation and provide the support to the countries in the support of their technological sovereignty, development of our digitization projects in the environment of urban environment, municipal services. What's also very important is collaboration with solutions and digital security. Our country is in leading position in terms of social technologies, in communication technologies, which makes it possible to provide competitive services to all the consumers. In the most recent 10 years, the traffic has grown 11 times, 27% a year, internet traffic. The digital services, one of the cheapest in the world, and the low cost of services and the ability of internet access, the availability of internet access is one of the advantages why the state services e-government is working, and why digital services like social networks, online media, marketplaces, etc., and digital ecosystems of bank, taxi, car sharing, etc. And we're very interested and ready to build a trust international area in digital technologies. What's very important here is the dialogue on experience in change for the training of highly qualified HR. Our colleague suggested, and we are prepared to view the increase of quotas for training of foreign specialists in IT, and this forum will continue to be a very effective platform for choosing the sphere and picking the goals for the joint implementation. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Sergey Valeryevich. And this is another vector of cooperation that we have identified during this plenary session. That's human resources. And human resources is one of the key problems, challenges of the Russian economy. And today, international cooperation in education and in area of human resources, training people, can also be interesting. Sergey Valeryevich, one additional question. You can choose not to answer, but I talk a lot with Russian IT companies that are exporters, and usually they provide commercial solutions for commercial companies to friendly countries, and they regularly say that it's an interesting product, it's a good price, and the integration works, but no, they get a no. And why? They ask why, and well, because Western vendors are sometimes playing dirty, and our former Western partners, so to say, are playing dirty, so they pressure not for those contracts not to happen. And with the government services, probably there will be even more pressure. So have you seen the signs of unfair play at the international market? So what do we do with that? Well, we're open here. Everyone who is willing, we talk with them, we show what we can, and we know who is interested. And in this regard, our key indicator is how things work here in Russia, and this cannot be hidden or blocked. Our products are face up here, and they're open. Yes, and I would like to add, talking about the vector for development of the IT forum, which is concentrated in the regions. And I think that for many participants of the forum, or those who are participating online, I think the interest to the digital products which are available in Russia, and that includes products from non-friendly states, this interest is still there, and it will be there. And I believe that these forums can be a channel for communication between the companies. It is clear that business, yes, they have to listen to what politicians say. There is no other option, but there are companies who were able to adjust to the current situation, and they now know how to live being under the sanctions, even if these are the sanctions imposed by the government of your own country. And we know the examples that sanctions imposed against Russia, they harm the companies of those countries who impose those sanctions. So if we talk about IT industry and those who are manufacturers and those who are interested in the IT products, they can find common ground here, the IT forum in Yugra. Yes, and moreover, the vendors I mentioned, they work with Brics countries. And I have to add that the customers from Brics countries, they have a lot of trust to Russian manufactured software, unlike black box solutions which are provided by our former partners, so to speak. And I would like to address to a representative of Iran, and Iran has been a record country in the number of sanctions imposed against Iran. And today, well, I can't say fortunate or unfortunate, but now I guess more sanctions, even more sanctions imposed against Russia. But my question to you, Mr. Saim, how have you been able to transform that experience of living under the sanctions into efficient economic mechanism? And I would like to talk with you about technological sovereignty. How do you see technological sovereignty today, and what are the most efficient tools of technological sovereignty? And if you could say several words about cooperation between Russia and Iran. I think there's been an all-embracing cooperation, a huge cooperation between Russia and Iran, and it has grown multifold. So what projects are most efficient? Thank you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. منم تشکر میکنم از دعوت دوستان روسی به این آیتی فرومی که با این کیفیت داره برگزار میشه.
Во имя Господа Всемилостивого Всемогущего,
In the name of God, all great, I thank the participants and organizers of the forum and for the opportunity to take part.
Я хотел в качестве предисловия сказать, что диалог всегда важен.
As an introduction, I would like to say that dialogue is always important to develop trust.
И как отметил временно господин Кухарук,
as acting Governor Kukharok said, you have correctly said it, that all these activities of the forum, they are the top of the iceberg.
И в глубине происходят значительные процессы.
Deep down, there are much broader processes taking place.
Мы посетили и увидели ряд проектов, которые сейчас реализуются.
Visited and we have seen a number of projects that are implemented in Khanty-Mansiysk.
У нас реализуются также в Иране аналогичные проекты.
In Iran, we have similar projects in place.
در حال پیگیری استفاده بکنیم، از تجربیات خوبمون استفاده بکنیم، اشتباهاتی که ببینید توی هر پروژه‌ای اتفاق افتاده رو تکرار نکنیم.
И это очень важно знакомиться с
This
опытом
is very important to learn from other countries, from Brics countries, in order to avoid mistakes in implementing certain projects.
من چند تا نکته رو اشاره می‌کنم.
Насчет вашего вопроса я хотел бы
Answering your question, I would like to say several words.
Да, Россия сейчас занимает первое место, но мы самое
Russia has most of the sanctions imposed against it, but Iran has been under sanctions the longest, and we did experience great challenges on the way.
И у нас не было другого выбора, кроме
как we didn't have any other choice other than developing certain tools to preserve our sovereignty.
И нам пришлось развивать и создавать отдельные решения
от
цифровых решений самостоятельно.
We in digital infrastructure on our own.
И это возможно только тогда, когда у вас будет воля.
This is only possible when you have the will to perform those tasks and when you trust your own people.
Та ситуация, которая сложилась у нас в Иране,
the situation we have in Iran,
به نوعی جدید اتفاق افتاد.
И те инвестиции, которые были сделаны в сферу развития
And the
современных технологий
investments
в Иране,
which went into the information technologies in Iran
بزرگ فناوری توی کشورمون شکل گرفت.
позволили создать особую
made
систему
it possible to create a
стартапов
special
для
system of
развития
startups
современных технологий.
to develop modern
مشارکت
technologies.
بخش‌های دانشگاهی، بخش‌های خصوصی با دولت رو داشتیم ما.
Мы были свидетелями
We
сотрудничества
witnessed cooperation
научной сферы,
between
научных институтов
research
с
and the research
государством.
institute with the government.
آموزش به شدت سرمایه‌گذاری کردیم.
Большие инвестиции были сделаны
Big
в сферу
investments
образования.
went into education.
جمعیت 85 میلیون نفری ایران ما بیشتر از 4 میلیون دانشجو داریم.
У нас в Иране, стране с
And
85
in
миллионным
Iran,
населением,
with a
сейчас
population
больше
of
4
85
миллионов
million,
студентов.
we have more than 4 million students.
کشور اول دنیا به جهت داشتن نیروهای مهندسی هستیم.
И мы лидируем в мире, наверное, по
And we
количеству,
are,
одни из лидеров в мире
I
по
think,
количеству
a leading
подготовленных
country
специализированных
globally in
инженерных
terms
кадров.
of
وقتی شما این جریان رو رصد
specialized
می‌کنید، خود به خود نتیجهش میشه
training for engineers.
فناوری، توسعه محصول و یه نوعی استقلال کشور از نیازمندی‌هایی که به نوعی داره.
И когда вы создаете такие
And
условия,
when you create
уже
the conditions like that,
достижение определенных результатов,
the achievement
развитие сферы
of
технологий,
certain results, the
достижение
development of the
своей
sphere of
становится
technologies,
неизбежным.
and the achievement of sovereignty becomes inevitable.
استقلال فناوری کشور
В плане независимости технологической страны,
And in terms of technological independence of the country,
вы очень верно подметили, что
and
очень
you
важно
have
развитие информационной
said it,
безопасности.
what you've said is very true regarding the importance of information security, communication infrastructure.
Вы должны создавать проекты, намечать
And
вектора
what needs to
развития и
be
работать
created are the projects, and the development vector needs to be established.
систему
And
поставок
hard work
и
is needed
логистики.
in order to develop the establish the supply chains and develop logistics.
И, конечно же, сотрудничать с
And
другими
by all
странами
means,
для
cooperate
развития
with
этих
other
технологий.
countries to develop technologies.
توجه محترم فرمودن ایران و روسیه خب سطح گسترده‌ای از همکاری‌ها رو با هم دارن.
Как вы сказали, да, действительно,
As
сейчас
you
сотрудничество
have
Ирана и России
rightfully
находится на
observed, the
высоком
cooperation
уровне,
of Iran and Russia is at the high level,
а также сотрудничество со
as
странами
well as
членами BRICS.
cooperation with
اما
BRICS
یه سری
countries.
موضوعات رو باید تمرکز کنیم برای اینکه به نوعی کشورهای عضو بریکس جا نمونن از باقی دنیا.
Однако нам надо сконцентрироваться на
However,
определенных
we
областях,
should
чтобы
focus on
страны
certain
BRICS не
areas in order for
отставали
the
от
BRICS countries
мира.
not to lag behind from
اگر مسلط نباشیم بهش میتونه به
the
هممون
world.
آسیب بزنه.
И, конечно, если мы не будем владеть рядом вопросом, то это может нам нанести ущерб.
And unless we develop this expertise, it can harm us all.
И квантовая технология может
quantum
прекрасно
technology
дополнить технологии искусственного
can
интеллекта.
perfectly complete the technology of AI.
И искусственные технологии искусственного
And
интеллекта может
artificial technologies
совершить
and
революцию в
AI
различных отраслях
can
промышленности.
become revolutionary in different industries.
برای توسعه این مدل از فناوری‌ها به نوعی با هم دیگه طراحی بکنن.
И я считаю, что должны быть
And I
созданы отдельные
believe
рабочие
that
группы
what
для
needs to be
развития
established is a separate
этих технологий
working
в
group
рамках
to
BRICS.
develop these technologies
تجربیات
within
ما توی
BRICS.
هوشمندسازی توی دولت هوشمند میتونه خیلی به توسعه این حوزه توی کشور عضو بریکس کمک بکنه.
И наш опыт по
And
созданию
our experience
цифровизации
on
государственных
the
услуг и
establishment of
цифровизации
digitization
экономики
of
может
government services and
помочь
digitization of
странам
economy
BRICS
can be
в
of use
развитии.
for BRICS countries in their development.
آموزش دانش آموزان زیرساخت به نوعی توسعه همه این حوزه است.
В основе всего этого лежит
At
подготовка
the
кадров
foundation
и
of this
специалистов.
all is training of personnel, training specialists.
من و دوستم دیمیتری توی کنفرانس‌های مختلف بحث کریدور شمال جنوب رو داریم پیگیری می‌کنیم.
Также хотел бы воспользоваться
I
случаем
would
и
also like
отметить,
to
что
use the
мы с
occasion
моим коллегой
and
Дмитрием
say that
обсуждаем
me
на
and my
различных
colleague
платформах и площадках
who
по поводу
discuss
взаимодействия
as part of different
коридора
platforms,
север-юг.
we discuss the
این کارهایی از
north-south corridor.
کریدور شمال جنوب داره پیگیری میشه.
И в целом вопросы, связанные с развитием коридора
Overall, we discuss the transport corridor between north and south.
В рамках коридора север-юг мы также в
As
сотрудничестве
part of the
с
corridor
российскими
north-south, we
продвигаем
cooperate
вопрос
with
о
the Russian
создании
ministries and we
инфраструктуры,
promote
прилегающей
the initiative to create the the infrastructure at the bottom of the Caspian Sea.
И это один из стратегических
And
вопросов,
this is
которые
one
мы
of the
продвигаем
strategic
в рамках нашего сотрудничества
initiatives that we
в
promote as part of our
коммуникациях и
strategic
информационных технологий.
cooperation in ICT.
Еще раз спасибо
Thank you once
за
again
слово.
for letting me speak.
Спасибо, господин Абиди.
Thank you, Mr. Abidi, and I particularly thank you for mentioning the corridor, south-north corridor, because the three main challenges that exist in establishing a new multipolar world, these three challenges are logistics, then uninterrupted transportation of cargo and people, and the digital resources are extremely important here. Well, taking about how the global logistics was established initially, then these are payment systems by all means, and here, unfortunately, there's still a monopoly of the Western world. And the third item, and we talk about it a lot, these are human resources and education. There is law, of course, but the international law, I guess, will soon become a thing of the past, and that's a separate topic. So, thank you particularly for mentioning logistics and supply chains, and I hope we'll have time to talk about them more. I would like to pass floor to Mr. Poti and ask you to share your view on how you see the outlook for cooperation between Russia and Zimbabwe. What are interesting projects do you see, and how are we going to cooperate? Thank you.
Thank you very much. And first of all, let me thank the gracious hosts of the Russian Federation in our visit to this region of Ogra. And on the same token, congratulate the acting governor for the trust that he has assumed, and coincidentally and meaningfully so, coming together with the hosting of such an important forum for international cooperation in the field so strategic as IT. May you find your feet in this new appointment and bring this region to levels anticipated by yourself, the Russian people, President Putin, and the whole upright world. On behalf of Zimbabwe, the President, and myself, I congratulate you and indeed the organizers of this auspicious event for making it for the 15th time. It's my first time visiting the Russian Federation, and of course, with a lot of expectations. I'm somebody who has followed a lot with admiration, and this fulfillment is reminiscent with the topic at hand and my participation, both as a professional in the IT and in my individual self, with interest from an African country. I may want to highlight to you that the history of relations between Russia and Zimbabwe date as far back as several decades ago. We have had a lot of cooperation in a number of years, and amongst which brought about our sovereignty and independence. I know of thousands of people who attained their professional education, especially in the field of science and technology in Russia here, and have come to do the best that we envisage for our country. I have also a record of how many per year students come here for academic exchange, and we churn out a lot of professionals who graduate from universities spanning across the Russian Federation. We have done tremendously well in the area of economics. My president was here last week at St. Petersburg and stood firm with the dictates and principles underlying the need for strengthening of our economic ties. Russian firms are in Zimbabwe for a number of economic activities, and so we are leveraging on these exchanges also to benefit the same mutually. On your question, let me hasten to say there are a lot of areas that we look forward to strengthening and cooperating with the Russian Federation. We ride on a very friendly and healthy atmosphere of memorandum of understandings that exists between us. In one of my statements yesterday, I reiterated that there is need not only to look at our memorandum of understandings as papers, but those applicable programs and projects that should benefit us mutually. We share an interesting history of sanctions, and I'm happy to say that what we have done so far with friendly countries and especially the Russian Federation in the areas mentioned and those that I'm about to mention, according to the phrasing of your question, should see us through. First of all, let me streamline the area of cyber security. Yesterday, I had the privilege to go around with teams and colleagues, and we were able to see how much you have done so well in terms of detecting cyber threats and in terms of blocking them. The world is moving to that era where an army of cyber security experts defines the strength and wealth of a society. We therefore think that Russia is well positioned to give a well-structured example of a benchmark in terms of how we can leverage on the cybersecurity successes. I think this is an important area that Zimbabwe will look for cooperation on. I must also hasten to mention on the area of digital infrastructure development. The expertise of the Russian Federation has been building a robust digital infrastructure, as mentioned by other colleagues in presentations, including in communication networks, data centers, and cloud computing. And those could give us a big start. That's a very strategic area that I believe we have a potential of strengthening on. I may not have done justice to this forum if I don't mention on the issue of data and AI collaborations. Russian expertise in artificial intelligence and data analytics could be a great asset for Zimbabwe, which is setting its footprints on the same aspect firm. I think it's happening at a very opportune time that we've been developing an artificial intelligence strategy that should culminate into some regulation on how we are to apply AI for economic development and other uses. I'm proud to say that on Thursday last week, I happened to be in the panel of ministers of Africa, ministers of ICT in Africa, where we were coming up with an African Union framework on artificial intelligence. And this makes me believe that we may be prepared to face other blocks and other economies in terms of exchanging how much we can leverage on collaboration in the area of AI. Allow me as well to touch on e-government services as well as digital services. My country is inspired by Russia's experience in the e-government services, and as we seek to enhance our digital public services and smart government systems and applications, we will like to benefit a lot from collaborations on e-governance platforms, digital identity systems, and online services, which should improve administrative efficiency. And of note that I can also share is that there is need for enhancing relations in terms of research and innovation. This, of course, rides on already existing platforms of relations. And on that token, I would like to invite for more robust cooperation and interchanges between ourselves so that we migrate to a destination envisaged. I thank you.
Спасибо большое. Спасибо.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this really good insight. And I would like to talk with the participants of Central America, Lanzaso Marcia. I would like to pass the baton over to you with the same question. How do you see the cooperation between our two countries? Can the experience of Russian companies or the Ministry of Digital could be used in the telecommunication market or e-commerce market in your country, because these markets are well developed in Russia? And take into account the specifics of the Central American countries, how can this puzzle be put together and how it all should work? I haven't, and I know that you have making notes actively. So what has been of interest for you so far? What are the key points where we can work? Thank you.
Primeramente, permítanme expresarle en nombre de nuestro pueblo y gobierno de reconciliación y unidad nacional de la República de Nicaragua.
Дорогие друзья, в первую очередь позвольте мне передать вам от имени
Dear friends, please let me use this opportunity to say on behalf of my Daniel Ortega and Comrade Razel Gorinia, wholehearted greeting from my country.
Un caluroso y fraterno saludo, así como nuestro sincero agradecimiento por darnos esta calurosa bienvenida.
И искренне теплое и братское приветствие и благодарность за
wholehearted brotherly thank for this reception on the 15th anniversary forum of IT technologies. We are so grateful for the relationship of brotherhood between the Russia and Nicaragua. And this relationship, which have been cultivated and developing for many years, which have become the great foundation, very firm foundation for the development of new ways of collaboration. As well as now we are broadening our collaboration in the sphere of information technologies, which currently plays fundamental role in our life nowadays. For the social development of economies of our countries, the digital collaboration and development in this sphere is necessary for the implementation for attaining the goals of sustainable development and attaining the goals in a national plan on fighting the poverty for the human development for 2020-2026. We think that for the provision for the preservation and protection of national security, as well as for the protection of our citizens, it's very important to have the opportunities, the resources, and to provide the mutual collaboration between countries. And to join the efforts in fighting cybercrime, to do with the growing threat of these events. Nicaragua aims to attain digital sovereignty, to control fully and to make decisions in terms of our digital present and future. And for this, it's very important to continue and develop and to strengthen our collaboration, our brotherly support with brotherly states like the Russian Federation, for instance.
con países hermanos como la Federación de Rusia, con que nos unen intereses en común en la lucha permanente por la libertad, autonomía, independencia y autodeterminación.
С такими странами, как
with
Российская
countries
Федерация,
like
которые
the
являются
Russian Federation,
братскими,
which
нас
are
объединяет
other
общее
countries
интересы постоянной
that
борьбы
is a
за
common
свободу,
interest in the fight
автономию,
of freedom,
независимость и
autonomy,
самоопределение.
independence, and
Mediante la cooperación
self-determination.
demostramos que el desarrollo y la implementación de tecnologías avanzadas como el Big Data, la inteligencia artificial y la promoción de la investigación científica
Мы также верим, что
We
благодаря
also
нашему
believe
взаимному
that due to
сотрудничеству
our mutual
в сфере
collaboration in the
разработки,
sphere of the
внедрения
development and
передовых новых
implementation of
технологий,
advanced
таких
new
как большие
technologies,
данные,
for example,
искусственный
big
интеллект,
data, artificial
tenemos una
intelligence,
propuesta para la innovación y el progreso con el objetivo de revolucionar diversos sectores.
а также с помощью
as
научных
well
исследований
as
мы
with the
откроем
help
новые
of
двери
scientific
для инноваций
research,
и
we open
прогресса.
new doors for the innovation and progress.
Encamina hacia un futuro digital más seguro y próspero.
Что обеспечит
Which will
революционное
provide for the
преобразование и
revolutionary
позволит нам
change,
обеспечить более безопасное
transformation,
процветающее цифровое
and
будущее.
to have a flourishing, a safe digital future.
Также хотелось бы
I
сказать, что
also
очень
wanted to
важно
say that it
установление
is very
всестороннего
important to
международного
have
сотрудничества между Российской Федерацией и Никарагуа в области противодействия
two-sided collaboration between Nicaragua and Russia against cybercrime.
использование
The
больших данных,
use of
искусственного
big
интеллекта,
data,
продвижение
artificial
и
intelligence,
развитие
promotion and
научных
development of
исследований
scientific research
Oportunidades beneficiosas para afrontar los desafíos del siglo XXI de manera conjunta y eficaz.
представляют собой прекрасную
are
возможность
the wonderful
совместно
opportunities
решить те
to
проблемы и
together
вызовы, которые
resolve
перед нами стоят,
the
вызовы
problems
21
and
века.
challenges of the 21st century.
Telecomunicaciones y comercio electrónico
Также тот опыт, который есть у
As well
Российской
as the
Федерации с
experience that the
внедрением
Russian Federation
интернета
has in terms of
телекоммуникаций,
electronic commerce and telecommunications,
el acceso a tecnologías avanzadas
также может быть очень
as it
полезным для
may
нашей
be very
страны
useful
для
for our
развития этих
country, for the
направлений у нас.
development of these spheres, these industries here.
Так как эти технологии
These
были
technologies
разработаны,
have been
были
developed
уже
and they
протестированы
have
и
been
уже
tested and
прошли
they
тот процесс,
have
который необходим в
gone
рамках
through
постоянных
the
улучшений.
process of their continuous improvement.
Soluciones con modelos de implementación efectivos y con una curva de aprendizaje menor para su adopción.
А также, так как у
As
вас
well
уже
as
получены результаты, есть
since you have the results, there are existing solutions, there are existing models for the implementations, confirming its efficiency, having confirmed, and our learning curve will be less important, will be smaller if we use it directly.
Nuestras necesidades locales y legales para mejorar la infraestructura local.
Также все эти решения
Also,
можно
all these solutions
проанализировать
can be
на основании
analyzed
наших местных
based on
потребностей
our
и
local
юридических
needs and
законодательных особенностей для того,
legal
чтобы улучшить
peculiarities,
нашу соответствующую
legislative
инфраструктуру.
peculiarities to improve the existing infrastructure.
Digital de manera más rápida que empezar un desarrollo de cero.
И это позволит
And
нам
this will
обеспечить
make it
больший
possible for
рост
us
и
to
более
provide a
быстрое
better
развитие
growth
внедрения
and faster
электронной
development
коммерции. Это
in
намного быстрее,
implementation
чем
of
начинать все с
e-commerce,
нуля.
and it will be much faster than starting everything from scratch.
Потому что с нуля
Because
начинать все,
from
это значит,
scratch,
что это
it
высокие
means that it is
большие инвестиции,
high investment,
риски
a
и
lot of
возможности.
investment, risks and challenges.
Технологический рынок Центральной Америки
Technological market of the Central America
характеризуется
is
наличием
characterized
свободной конкуренции.
by the free competition.
На нем присутствуют
There,
различные продавцы
various
технологических
sellers of
решений.
technological solutions, they are present.
Это рынок открыт
This market is open to new technologies and solutions.
Una diversidad por estar compuesto por países con diferentes niveles de desarrollo económico, tecnológico y legal.
Также у нас
As well as we
присутствуют
have
разные
what is
страны с
present here,
разным
different
уровнем
countries with different
развития как
level of
экономического,
development, both
технологического, юридического,
economic,
у нас большое
legal and
многообразие.
technological. We have a diversity in the market.
El mercado centroamericano está en crecimiento de su infraestructura digital.
Страны, которые
And the
составляют
countries
рынок
comprising the
Центральной
market of the Central America
находятся
are
на
now
фазе и
at
этапе
the
роста
phase
и
of
развития средств
development and growth of their digital infrastructure.
Fortaleciendo su seguridad informática.
Также эти страны
As well
занимаются
as these countries, they also are trying to reinforce their cybersecurity.
Brindar respuesta a intereses estratégicos perseguidos por cada nación.
Поэтому вход на него
Which is
российской
why
компании должен
entering
представить
Russian
прекрасную
companies to
возможность
into this
стать
market
ответом
will
на
give the
реализацию
opportunity and will the answer
стратегических
for the
целей для
implementation of
каждой страны,
strategic goals
представляющей этот
of
рынок.
every country in this market,
Con mejora en su capacidad, seguridad y valor agregado al cliente.
А также
as
обеспечить
well as
доступ к
provide the access to products and services of the best quality with a higher level of security and higher added value.
La rusa tiene que evaluar distintos factores para la comercialización de su producto y servicio, como sus relaciones comerciales y diplomáticas.
Российские компании
The
должны
Russian companies,
оценить
they
разные
have to
факторы для
evaluate
того, чтобы
various
выйти на рынок
factors
со своими
to enter
продуктами и
the
услугами.
market with their products, with their services, also assess their commercial, diplomatic, economic relationships.
Internacional y su estrategia de marketing. Gracias.
Также конкурентную
Also,
среду на
the
национальном
competitive
международном уровне
area
и
at national and
определиться со
international
своей
levels and to
маркетинговой стратегией. Большое
decide on
спасибо
their
за
marketing
внимание.
strategy. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. It is a very interesting market, but Russian business is not well represented there at the moment. And the governments here will make it possible to resolve the situation. So maybe we'll meet. Well, Andrei Yurievich, I'll ask you now. I just wanted to talk about the Eurasian integration, what role is played, or maybe disintegration of connections is played by the digital technologies. Is it consolidated or is it actually disconnecting? And I wanted to ask you, it would be wonderful. You see here again, what we have is the humanitarian, the human, this is HR here, education, healthcare, and this directly is connected with digital mechanism. This is thank you, the Iranian colleagues, the North-South corridor, and as without the digital, the financial, of course, here. How do you see the collaboration in Brics in SCO in terms of digitization? We've got some victories here, and what do we have to make more effort, more targeted effort on? What is the digital agenda now, both uniting and disconnecting here? Thank you. Thank you very much. I wanted, first of all, to thank the House for the invitation to this forum, to congratulate with the 15 Forum, with wonderful organization. All the participants, they didn't expect anything else. This is quite a good tradition now, so thank you very much. And yeah, keep up the good work. And I wanted to say that now Russia is coming out with very good, useful initiative. This is the digital attaches in the trade representations here. There are these specialists now, and I think it's their goal is to fight cybersecurity, cyber crime, there, cyber fraud, and these are the state-level tasks and export and import of information technologies, and this institute may make it easier. This work to institute certain state guarantees, because we represent a lot of companies, and some of them are fraudulent. And Kaspersky was present, and he was sitting here and said that every year they register 600,000 sites, which are definitely fraudulent, and we can't even imagine it, the actual volume of the information, fraudulent information competition. It's unbelievable, and the next step on digital attaches will be the body in the Russian Federation, it would be the public-private partnership (PPP). It would be digital technology. Is running well ahead all the technological progress that we have to catch up with it. And I'm grateful, Ms. Hamabedi, when he talked about the North-South corridor last year in Makhachkala, we had the IT conference on the IT provision of this project, and there was a decision made for the establishment of international direction for the support of this activity. Iran had supported it, and so far this platform has not closed down yet, and it's open. All the IT support specialists, I want them to view this platform as the platform for the implementation of new ideas, new solutions, because one of the projects of North-South corridor, that is the uninterrupted goods supply, regardless of the difficulties on all the various transport, the sea, faring, and dry land, railway, road, and then in the future will be the air transportation too. And I want to draw your attention to the financial issues here. We slowly but surely, as it happens, we've become the slaves to the existing internet system. Well, let's move away from the dollar to national currencies. Now we don't have to work through SWIFT. We can work through the internet, but the actual internet is only one country. Administrator of the internet is just one country. So it has been on the agenda for quite some time. The Eurasian Internet establishing as the independent, or maybe Brics Internet. We have to think about it. We can remove a lot of risks to do with the payment systems, for example. And it's a very serious example of Iran. For 42 years, I think, 42 years, they are in in a situation of high pressure, and they found a lot of correct solutions for the development of the countries and technological security. But a very good example here. Quite recently, it has been announced the Eurasian Rating Agency, and this agency is planned not only as work in the sphere of finance. I think many people decided that is that way, and no, the time is high that when the country can be viewed as an ecosystem, and to do the rating in certain directions: humanitarian, production, culture, technological. And here I invite all our specialists of all the countries that are interested and to the platform of the Eurasian Rating Agency in IT. And we know very well that all the ratings, they are politicized to a certain extent, and the specialists could be invited. The objective criteria, to develop objective criteria to assess IT companies in this market, and it would be a good serious filter to do with the cybercrime, cyber fraud, cyber security. And we are the users of these services. So we're expecting new offers and new participation in this area. I wanted also to end my talk here. It sounded here, the opportunity provided by UGRA and the attracting additional students to the education establishments. So the Eurasia, the Assembly of Peoples of Eurasia and Africa, we could be supporting the involvement of the engaging students for your colleges regardless of continent, we can see how they participate. The forms of ownership and property, and they are quite high tech, and they're very modern, they're very contemporary. And I wanted to summarize here what has been said by many participants here, that Yugra Khanty-Mansiysk is one of the leaders in IT processes, and we have to be clear that Yugra Khanty-Mansiysk is a capital of the IT industry in Russia. There is no other capital. And the next super task here, we have to work, all of us, and it can become the IT capital of Eurasia. Thank you, Andrei. Thank you. Some leaders of the regions of respected regions of Russia are crying now, but I'm not going to argue with you here. So, Ruslan and Nikolaevich, Andrei Yurievich said we just very constructively just said made a point here, took a stand, and together with this, he kind of summarized. He summarized certain things that we talked about today, quite constructive, and with the importance of trust, nobody argues that, and this factor will be probably one of the defining factors. There will be a large-scale study published, and all the impact on the business and economy. We're expecting to get the actual digits from him, and it will be in history of IT. Well, the three key directions. This is HR, human factor, logistics, the finance. And of course, maybe the fourth, the summarizing, this is the role of Yugra in all of this. So I wanted to ask you to summarize why the Yugra Forum is good, because it is constructive. Following its results, there is always suggestions, there is constructive movement forward, there are signing of contracts, and there is constructive work. So please summarize the results of our sessions and just say something to everybody gathered here. What are we going to be working on within the 15th forum? Well, this is the assessment. This is the good marks for the team that's working not only in the bodies of state authorities, but the companies working in Yugra that we communicate with and that we talk with, not in Russia, not only in Russia, but outside as well, because the digital product is doesn't have any borders, and the results of the labors, that is the assessment of people thinking alike, not only in business processes, but also processes that are responsible for the sovereignty of our country, information sovereignty of our country, implement the projects that make it possible today. Not to talk on the leader or the capital, the first place, but the people who live in this country use these digital the products, and they feel that their life changes, and these digital products help professionals, and they help people who are using these digital products. And we've been talking that how Russia is well advanced here in the digital format of municipal and state services. Some years ago, it was unimaginable that you have no queuing up, you get a service for something. It seems totally, we got used to it, and the whole generation has grown. They can't think can't imagine their life without it. And I think this is the key thing here. If we talk about the input of the region and the industry as a whole, there is no borders here. What is very important here, who works here, who communicates with who, and that is most important. And this is the discussion, the panel discussion. There will be quite a lot of business program, a lot of other discussions, but even today, the further movement forward, the IT product of Russia is impossible without communication with our partners, with our friendly countries, our colleagues, regardless of the sanction pressure and all the difficulties within the economies of countries that they still move forward. And today, what would be what Ukraine could be useful, what Russia could be useful, and we have a lot of things we can exchange, we can swap the practices working within sanctions, how to build a channel of communications, promoting not only information products, but also different spheres of economy of our countries. And I think this is a certain a piece of work in the market for today, that regional levels of interactions, how important they are for the promotion of federal and international agenda. This could be the niche, and UGRA could be taking this niche, could be the conductor of the top level goals, but using the platform of the regions for the products that we establish here, companies working here, our area being so advantageously positioned, not only in Russia, but globally in terms of logistical connections. And I think IT Forum could start some other processes in other spheres of economy, building logistics, transport corridors that exist today. A number of corridors, international corridors, we've heard today, we've talked about, but today we are the participant of the process that to do with Arctic. For example, UGRA includes two districts that are in the Arctic zone, and this is a great potential that we have. The traditional method for this, getting the players and investors, and without the digital technologies, we can't get into the international agenda, resolving the issues that we have today, not only our interaction, but also overcoming the pressure that we have, including the sphere that to do with the region, with the production of oil and gas and the oil service companies. Without IT, it is not possible. And also, summarizing, we've talked about a lot that UGRA has quite a lot of experience in terms of IT products, in terms of in education. Our colleagues, our guests, they've been talking about students being interested in students studying in Russia. And if we talk about UGRA, then in our both higher education establishments, both federal and local, very strong regional colleges, universities. There is communication with other countries, Brics countries, for instance. Students come, get high quality education, give high marks to this, and the demand that I've heard of today was of great interest to us. And in other platforms, we want to review the possibilities of exchange, and whatever the digital platform is currently, how artificial intelligence, how much it's self-perfecting and helping other professions and countries. The human relationship is most important thing still, and the atmosphere today has been here in our panel discussion. And what I wish you is the saturated program is more than 50 locations during the forum, that the atmosphere of trust would let it reign in the forum, let it help build connections and business and personal connections. So I wish you all that this mainline, the platform that we've taken with the organizers, with our partners, the line of trust in IT sphere will be the key topic, not only for today, but the entire agenda of the forum. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ruslan. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to personally thank you for this human centricity of all your words on the agenda of the forum, because very often when we talk about technologies, that this technology, spherical technology in the vacuum, is not of any interest to anyone. And the technology is about humans. We have to remember all the time, anybody who encountered American or European bureaucracy, they understand how far ahead Russia is, how much more effective we are in e-services, and we can offer a lot to our friends, and our friends, they can offer a lot of things to us. So wishing you good constructive work. Our agenda is clear, our parameters, our directions of our work are clear. So we are ending our plenary meeting, and now there will be the ceremony of signing the agreement. So please do not go away. Let's give a round of applause to the participant of our panel. And now the ceremony of signing the agreements. Now we are starting the ceremony of signing. The government of the Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous Okrug, the federal higher education establishment, Tomsk State University, systems of radio management electronics, and federal state budget higher education establishment, UGRA State University.
Agreement signed by Ruslan Kukharuk, acting governor of the Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous Okrug UGRA. Roman Kuchin, director of the Federal State Budgetary Education Establishment, Higher Education Establishment, UGRA University. Eduard Abaneev, Vice Rector for Digital Transformation of the Federal State Autonomous Independent Education Establishment, Tomsk University for Control Systems and Radio Electronics. The objective of the agreement is developing initiatives in education and information technologies. The agreement is signed. Dear friends, please give a round of applause.
Agreement
between the government of the Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous Okrug UGRA and the joint stock company Wimpel Communication. The agreement is being signed by Ruslan Kukharuk, acting governor of the Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous Okrug UGRA, and Alexander Pankov, president of the joint stock company Wimpel Communication. The goal of the agreement is to develop cooperation in artificial intelligence. The agreement is signed. In the presence of the acting governor of the Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous Okrug UGRA, Ruslan Kukharuk, we signed the agreements on international cooperation. The agreement between Nicaragua Institute of Telecommunication and Postal Services and the Khanty-Mansiysk UGRA Research Institute for Information Technologies. The agreement is being signed by Walter de Jesus Marcial-Lanzas, Director for Department of Information Technologies of the Nicaragua Institute of Telecommunication and Postal Services, Andrei Melnikov, Director of the Khanty-Mansiysk UGRA Research Institute for Information Technologies. The objective of the agreement is cooperation in digital technologies. The agreement is signed. The agreement between the Center for Progress and Development and the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran and the UGRA Research Institute for Information Technologies. The agreement is being signed by Mohammed Mahdi Kalantar Harmati, Vice President for Information and Communication Technologies of the Center for Progress and Development under the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and Andrei Melnikov, Director of the UGRA Research Institute for Information Technologies. The objective of the agreement is cooperation in digital technologies. Dear friends, the agreement has been signed. The agreement between the Republican Unitary State for Digital Development of the Republic of Belarus and an autonomous establishment of the Khanty-Mansiysk Autonomous Okrug UGRA Yugra Research Institute for Information Technologies. The agreement is being signed by Igor Mikhailovsky, Director for Center for Digital Development of Belarus, and Andrei Melnikov, Director of Yugra Research Institute for Information Technologies. The objective of the technology is cooperation in digital technologies.
Соглашение подписано.
The agreement has been signed.
Церемония подписания соглашений завершена.
Agreement signing ceremony is now over.
Дорогие друзья, всем
Dear friends,
успешной работы на площадках.
wish you fruitful work during forum, and I announce our session closed. Good luck.
Thank you.